What's up, guys? Today I wanted to talk a little bit about Kaspa. Before we dive in and give a brief overview of what it is, I wanted to show you the chart. This is what you want an all-time chart to look like. It's extremely bullish, and it's making higher highs and higher lows as well. So when you look at an all-time chart and you see just the gradual organic growth, it's just really nice to look at, because a lot of charts you'll see over on the far left hand side here a spike and then just a drop off, almost like a rug pull, and then it just flat lines. It's refreshing to see a chart like this. So anyways, brief overview of what Kaspa is. I've got it compared to Bitcoin here just as a reference. It's fair launched, no ICO, no developer allocations. It's purely decentralized, and it's a proof of work, which already makes it better than most projects out there. It's secure, and there's no pre-mining. So it was completely fair launched, 100% fair launched. Very few projects have ever done that, Bitcoin being one of the only other ones that's even worth talking about. And that makes it very decentralized, because you don't have a huge portion of the supply allocated to the team, and they're not able to, at small price increments be dumping their tokens on retail like you and I. It's got a max supply of 28.7 billion. It's the trilemma solver. We'll get into that a little bit later. And it's the fastest proof of work layer 1 in the world right now. It's considered the digital silver to Bitcoin's digital gold. So Kaspa is actually a block DAG. It's not a blockchain. There is quite a big difference. Everything beforehand has been a blockchain and solves blocks in a linear fashion. Kaspa, it uses directed acyclic graph technology, and it's a structure that allows multiple blocks to be added simultaneously, whereas a blockchain adds blocks in a linear fashion. So what this does is it allows for massive scalability, very high speeds, while still remaining very secure. So basically, Bitcoin was the first generation of blockchain. Ethereum, second generation. It kind of invented the smart contracts. Now we've got the third generation, Kaspa, with the block DAG technology that solves the trilemma. The trilemma is basically a triangle with 3 points: scalability, security, and decentralization. Not one blockchain out there has been able to solve this. You've got a lot that'll solve 1 or 2. Bitcoin, for instance, we'll use that as an example again. It's very decentralized, it's very secure, but it's not scalable at all. You've got a bunch of blockchains out there that can hit on 1 or 2 of these points, but cannot solve all 3 of them at one time. Kaspa has been able to potentially solve that. They haven't implemented smart contracts yet, but it's in the roadmap for either later this year or beginning of 2025, I believe, is what they're saying at this point. So we haven't actually seen it in action yet, as far as smart contracts go, but it is solving 10 blocks per second right now, which is extremely fast. It's safe to say, and it will solve the trilemma once the smart contracts are implemented on the chain. Bitcoin, for instance, is only solving 1 block every 10 minutes. So think about that in comparison, whereas Kaspa is solving 10 blocks per 1 second. And they're expected to go to 100 blocks per second once DAG Night, their next upgrade, is implemented. I'm not sure exactly when that's going to be implemented at this point, but they're working on it as of right now. So all in all, it's very fast, very secure, and it's very decentralized. Another reason why Kaspa is such a great project is the team is doxed. There's a lot of projects out there that have anonymous teams, and when you don't put your face out to the public when you're launching a project, it's very easy for you to sit behind a computer screen, bring in money, and then dump all of it onto retail without any consequences at all, because nobody even knows who you are. One of the biggest things to look for when finding a good project, a good crypto, is a team that docs themselves, so that there's a face behind the project, and it less likelihood that they're going to do anything suspicious because you know who they are. So Jonathan Sampolinsky has actually been working on Kaspa for 10 years at this point. It's trying to solve what Bitcoin hasn't been able to do, which is a peer-to-peer payments processing, so that people have an option outside of the banking system, the traditional banking system. Bitcoin failed in that regard because it's just too slow. It can't scale. So there's zero chance that you're going to be able to have, payments finalized in record time with low fees. It's just not possible on Bitcoin. So Jonathan Sampolinsky has created Kaspa in order to try and solve what Bitcoin set out to do. So coming back here to the chart, we're still very early, guys. Fully suspect Kaspa to reach $4 at the peak of the next bull run, which, if it follows its 4-year cycles, somewhere between October, November-ish, 2025. I've been buying, from about 1 cent right around in here. Keep going right here. Somewhere down in this area. I also mine Kaspa as well on my GPU mining rigs. So I've been mining it for a little while as well. It's not really profitable to mine anymore, so I stopped. But I have quite a bit, and I've been buying all the way up. I bought at 14 cents, which was almost its all-time high back in November of 2023. And then I've been slowly DCAing all the way down here, and we're sitting at about, 10 cents right now. It's been sitting between 10 and 11 cents for so long now that it's like a spring getting coiled up, I believe. It's getting pushed down and pushed down and pushed down. And when that thing releases and we go to new all-time highs, that we are going to go well beyond the 15 cents, probably 20 to 30 cents almost immediately. Because when this thing rips, it rips. As you can see from right here, just the hint that Binance was going to list spot, it listed it for futures, which is usually a sign that it's going to get a spot listing in the future. We jumped from 5 cents all the way up to, 14.5 cents. I think it wicked up to 15 cents at one point. But it moves very fast. So just imagine, it has no tier 1 exchange listings yet. So a tier 1 exchange listing, for those who aren't sure or new to crypto, is Kraken, Crypto.com, Binance, Gemini, and the holy grail of Coinbase. So your ultimate goal as a project is to get listed on Coinbase. I don't see any reason why Kaspa is not going to be listed on all 5 of those exchanges. And as soon as it hits Coinbase, or any one of them, for instance, just the sheer speculation that Binance was going to list it spot, it went from 4 cents to 15 cents. So just imagine, you've got 5 of those in the future. The fact that it was fair launched as well means that there was no allocations set aside for exchange listings. Exchanges will have to buy Kaspa on the spot market, which they buy millions and millions and millions of dollars. So there's no reason why the price isn't just going to skyrocket. And you've got 5 different listings, ultimately getting the Coinbase listing. You're very early still. I would highly recommend buying at this 10 cent price range. Not financial advice, of course, but I think when this train leaves the station from its 10 to 11 cents window that's been sitting in for months, there's no looking back. It's just going to go. So like I always say, pack your damn bags before it's too late. You don't want to be the person come late 2024, early 2025, when Kaspa's sitting at, 90 cents to $1. You're like, oh, well, I could have bought it at 10 cents. Think about how much more money I'd have right now. You don't want to be that guy. You buy now when it's going sideways, slightly downwards, when everybody else thinks it's dying, when everybody else says, oh, this is boring, I don't want to buy it. Never chase green candles. Always buy red candles. It's the way you make money in crypto. So basically, when it's all said and done, Kaspa is my #1 project that I'm holding going into this next bull run. I think a lot of people are sleeping on it. It's as close as you can get to what Bitcoin is and what it wanted to be out of the gate and has kind of failed to be. So that'll wrap it up today, guys. Please give me a like and subscribe if you enjoy the content. Helps out greatly. And always remember to pack your damn bags.